Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4, and today we're going to be using the Yamaha YZF-R R1 RM from 2019 here in the Donington National circuit. So of course, I'm going to Donington Park this weekend, very close, actually just tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited and I cannot stop playing Donington Park in Ride 4, so please excuse me for doing Donington Park once more, but I've got some great lap times to do today for you, and just to show you this wonderful track, and also offer you guys a bit of a challenge, because this one is not going to be easy. Now, I can't police this one, but I do trust you guys, and I guess it depends what you want to do. I am not using any electronics in this one whatsoever. If you count engine brake, fine. Engine brake is on 2, but anti-wheelie and traction control are on 0. So I've completely turned them off for a bit of a challenge to see how we get on. And my goal is simple, to get high enough on the leaderboards as possible using the R1 against all of the Ducatis that dominate the leaderboard. So let's see how we get on. The first banker lap has been completed. It's a 1:04.826. I do think we can do much better than that, so let's see what we can produce from this point onwards. So to the right hand side for turn 2, launch it over to the left hand side and keep it nice and tight for the crane curves, and get early on the brakes for the right hand side for the old hairpin, and slowly bring on the acceleration. Now, since traction control is turned off and anti-wheelie are also turned off, you need to be really careful with the acceleration. That's the biggest point in this one, where you're probably going to lose time and make mistakes, because the bike really loves to wheelie when there's no anti-wheelie, so just bear that in mind. With AW off, it's going to give you a big challenge if you're not used to turning off the electronics. But firing it out now towards the S's, as we'll go really firm on the brakes well before the rumble strip on the right hand side for the foggy S's. Keep it in nice and tight for Goddard's, flick it over to the left hand side, and be careful on the acceleration. Don't let the front wheel go up like that, because you'll lose a significant amount of time. But 1:04.309, so it's an improvement, but still not good enough for DrAce standards at this point. So into Redgate once more. Careful on the wheelie. You see the bike just ever so slightly lifting. It just wants to lift its nose and say hello. We're going to try and stop it from doing that in today's video. So we'll bring on the power and go to the right hand side, braking nice and firm for the old hairpin. And something I wanted to mention actually, which I neglected to say, I was also very inspired by Jason O'Halloran in this one, and unfortunately I didn't see a good Jason O'Halloran livery in Ride 4, but I did find, of course, Top Rack Razgatioglu's Yamaha, and it seemed pretty fair enough considering that I'm going to Superbike this weekend. But this lap has been relatively messy, so I guess we need to just refocus a little bit and get back into the thick of things. But I did try a soft front and a medium rear in this particular challenge, which I will change later on. But for the time being, soft front, medium rear. But coming out of Goddard's then, and you can see the bike just wanting to kiss the sky every single time. Be very careful. But now braking into Redgate, nice and early there before the end of the pit lane entry, or exit should I say. As we go into Redgate, careful on the acceleration. You see the bike beginning to buck and weave and shake and dance. You have to be really careful with this one. But going into the left hand side, nice and tight. Ooh, bit of a slide there from the rear tyre on the Yamahas. We'll go into the right hand side for the old hairpin. Beautifully done on that apex of the right hander there, really close as you possibly can get. As we'll now charge to the left hand side for turn 6, and then get into the right hand side for McLean's as we go quite wide, but then go for the tighter exit. Nice on the entry there, and onto the exit rather, and then going into the entry into Coppice. Nice and gentle on the brakes. Puts us in a good spot here, and let's go really firm with acceleration now. Let's blast this Yamaha down this straight, getting caught on the rumble strip ever so slightly, and let's see if we can outbrake our transparent friend, and it looks like we might be able to, going firm on the brakes. The right 9 easy boot just skipping across the tarmac there as we'll fly into the finish straight, and a little bit of a wheelie from the Ghost across the line. It is a 1:04.102, but let me tell you guys, we're not finished at a 1:04.102. We've got way more laps to do, and I'm feeling pretty confident at this stage. I will probably call this one my last lap, or maybe we'll do one more seeing how I feel. And I would like to try some different tyres. I'm considering the double softs, because so far both tyres are still very solid at this stage of these laps so far. But now bringing on the power from Starkey's Bridge onwards, going into the right hand side here, braking nice and early, but gently braking as well. So gradually bringing on the brake rather than just slamming down on it. You've got to try and release it and gently apply it in a smooth, controlled fashion for corners like that, because you don't want to lock the brakes, not in a right-hander like McLaren's. Avoid that at all costs. But now going, oh, careful on the wheelie there. DrAce almost had a heart attack as we go really firm on the brakes into Goddard's, running it a little bit deep, but we managed to get it on the cutback. Nice and smooth and gentle with acceleration across the line. We have smashed the lap time. It's now 1:03.654. And if you've done a lap time like that, let's go one more. Why not let it fly? Let's push now. Let's really... Ooh, easy. You have to be so careful when the electronics are turned off. It can just launch you at any point, and getting caught on the rumble strip there is not ideal, as we now go nice and tight to the apex. Love that. Really tight apex, the old hairpin. I've been watching loads of Donington Park clips again, from Tommy Sykes' win against Loris Baz, Johnny Ray, you name it. There's been so many good moments in World Superbike in this track, and I've hardly even mentioned half of them there. So here we go then, into Coppice we'll go for the right hand side, down by less than 0.3 of a second. I don't think we're going to improve on this lap time, because we did a pretty stellar job on that previous lap time, so I'm happy to concede on this one, dive into the pits and chuck on the soft rear. Just curious to see how we can get on with it in this race. But I tell you what, closing right in on the ghost there. But the wheelie's going to be a constant annoyance in this one, I can already tell. So then, 6 laps completed so far in the Donington National track, and I'm pretty proud of the performance we've done so far, but I think we can do better. 0.6 of a second, I think we can improve and get into the 1:02s. That is the goal for today's video. Without electronics, may I just remind you, it's a little bit more challenging, so try it without electronics if you dare. But braking now for the right hand side, identical sector time with that previous fast lap as well. Now go to the left hand side, keeping it nice and tight, continue to bring on the power from Starkey's Bridge onwards, and then slowly move the motorcycle to the right hand side, just chucking ever so little amounts of brake there, even a little bit of rear brake just to get the bikes from stopping. But goodness me, that wheelie again, doesn't even feel like you're putting much power on the acceleration, but that bike really wants to go skywards. Just be really careful. But now going into the final corner, going into Goddard's here, and firm on the brakes, rear brake being applied, front brake at full lock, as we'll now come out of the final corner. Not ideal. Didn't really like the exit there. There's no way you can get a smooth exit by touching the rumble strip and trying to balance and fight the bike from wheeling. It wasn't going to materialise on that particular lap, so move on forward. Forget about that one and keep on pushing. But every single lap that we're doing is adding to the muscle memories, adding to the experience of getting better and pushing further for more and more. That's what we do in this channel. We just continue pushing until we have nothing left. That's what I tend to do. Burn candles at both ends while I'm at it. Still up from God knows how long, but hey ho, we're making content and we're enjoying it. That's all that matters. So to the right hand side once more for turn 7. Careful on the acceleration now. Second gear, gentle on the acceleration. You can't really depict it from the bottom right corner of your screen, but the green bar sometimes shows full when it's not. It's actually like 90%. That makes a massive difference when you're trying to stop a bike from wheeling, trust me. But to the right we'll go for Goddard's, and now to the left, getting caught on that bit. That's a habit we've really seemed to form, but across the line this is going to be an improvement. It's a 1:03.205. Oh, we're getting close. We might even have to move the benchmark higher, but I do feel like we're getting to the point where it's getting tough to really stop the bike from wheeling. That is the part that we're struggling from now. But as I say, all electronics are off, apart from engine brake. But hey, we just got started at the beginning of the video. We're going to bring on the power now, going into the left-hand side. If you weren't sure about it not being any electronics on, if you take a look in the bottom left-hand, or at least the bottom right corner of the screen, you will see that ABS, AW and TCS never actually turn on at any point. That is an indication that it's turned off, in case you didn't believe me. But to the right hand side we were really neck and neck with the ghost there, and I felt really confident on this particular lap. The tyres got a little bit warm, but touching the apex for Coppice really scuppered our chance of improving. But I'm going to go really firm on the brakes and just finding the limit. Don't panic, that's quite alright. Let's get across the line because I still want to see what sector times we had, and let's get back into the pits and get some brand new soft tyres. So coming back out of the pits with 2 fresh rubber boots, as they say, we'll now go to the right hand side into Redgate for the 9th time of asking, or the 10th time should I say, as we're on our 9th completed lap as of yet. Going into the middle of the circuit and chucking it to the left-hand side is not going to get the job done, but it's worth trying when you're trying to find just a 10th or 2. Always got to try different things to try and improve. It's what we're trying to do, and just trying to achieve as we try in every different line as we possibly can here in Donington National, as we're just pushing so much. The fact that we haven't crashed is pretty impressive. The only things I've been doing so far is wheeling and making small errors, so I just gotta try and clean it up a little bit. I've not been the most consistent, I don't feel, but we'll get there. And such a small track. Oh my goodness! That's when the concentration disappeared temporarily. Ooh, that was close. Why wasn't the heart rate monitor on for that one? Goodness me. And yes, it wasn't the best lap in the world, but this lap is also not going to work because, well, we're wheeling before we even get to the line. So let's try again. 2 brand new soft tyres into the right-hand side for Redgate. Slowly bring on the power without wheeling. Tick box number 1 complete. To the right for turn 2, to the left for turn 3, into the crane of curves. Wait for it and brake, nice and tight onto the apex there for turn 4. Really close. In fact, we might have just, yes, we have beaten the Ghost ever so slightly as we now go to the left-hand side, position the motorcycle up into 0 degrees, and then start slamming on the brakes for the right-hand side. I say slamming, but you get the point. It's controlled movements, ladies and gentlemen. It always is. But to the right now, 1.5 tenths of a second. If we were to cross the line now, it wouldn't be a 102, and the 102 is my goal for today's video. So let's get firm on the brakes into Goddard's. Let's not get too greedy though. We need to make sure we get this final corner correct, and we've done a good job so far. So coming out of the corner, just trying to avoid getting onto the rumble strip, but across the line it's going to be an improvement. No improvement. So I guess it's back down to the drawing board once again. Do we consider changing tyres, or do we just leave it and see what we can do? Now, I did pick up a bad habit of starting a lap and then cancelling it. And then I realised, let's not do that, because I do better when I'm doing consistent lap times rather than stopping and starting. The stopping and starting is not for me, so we'll see what can happen. But going into the left-hand side for turn 5 now, I feel good. The temperature's still pretty nice. The rear is getting a workout and a half though, let's be honest. It's really, really getting warm. That might be a nice glowing orange by the end of this one, but we'll see as we go into Coppice. Up by 3.5 tenths of a second. That's stunning. That's exactly what we need. Bring on the power, and this could be it. Ladies and gentlemen, on lap number 12, do we have the 102 in our grasp? Braking firm into Goddard's, very controlled there from Goddard's onwards, but sliding on the rear, that's cost us. That's cost us dearly, but across the line, is it? Oh my goodness, how do you be that close? That's because we were too eager on the acceleration. That's annoying. I was right there as well. I was just too eager on that right trigger. My goodness. We'll learn from it. We'll go really tight to the apex here for the crane of curves. Hollywood and beyond as we now go to the right-hand side for turn 4 for the old hairpin. Down by 69,000th of a second. The Nicky Hayden amount of time as we'll go to the left once more for the possible final time if we get this one done. If this is the one to get us into the 102s, we'll soon find out. But into Coppice we'll go, firm on the brakes. It doesn't look like it's going to happen on this lap. It's going to take a miraculous movement if we do get it right. Sector 4 has been pretty weak for us in these last couple of corners, or Sector 3 should I say, and so let's try it one more time nonetheless. Braking firm into Goddard's, go to the right hand side, beautiful entry there, avoid the acceleration, oh my goodness, a bit of a wheelie there, but I think we've done it. Oh, across the line, it's enough, a 102.964. Well, there you go then, guys. Next increment a second achieved. A 102 has been completed right now here in Donington National, and those are on screen right now are my lap times for you guys to beat. And I hope you get the job done, because you're going to see in the leaderboards, I need some Yamahas on this page. Look at all them bloody Ducatis, and we've split them right, almost right down the middle, here in 5th position. So I tell you what, guys, I'm happy with that one, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. Let me know how you get on with this challenge. I did say try and not use electronics, but hey, entirely up to you. If you want to use electronics, go for it. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Really hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.
Oh hi! Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now, with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.